All right, everybody, welcome to the JK Theory. Here we give it to you raw and uncut. We touch every topic, even the serious ones get the comedic twist to it. So at the end of the day, you just got to laugh about life. Am I right?
Most definitely.
Absolutely. So I'm Jay,
I'm Kay.
and this is the JK Theory. So this episode is about wrestling. So all my wrestling fans out there, give us the thumbs up, leave a comment, let us know what you think and if you agree with this topic. So this topic is the wrestlers that should be in the Hall of Fame that are not.
Yes.
So I'm going to start this off with the obvious one, right?
hmm
So The Rock, John Cena, Randy Orton. They're not in the Hall of Fame, but technically they're still fighting, right? So eventually they're going to be in there. So we're just going to move them to the side.
Yes.
Some of these may surprise you. So this one definitely did. Can you believe that William Regal is not in the Hall of Fame?
No, I can't. I mean, he left for a little bit. He went to AEW for a while, but he's back now. And I think that next year he should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. I think William Regal is one of them wrestlers that don't get enough credit for everything he's done in this business. And for him not to be in there is a travesty.
Absolutely. The guy, when I first seen him myself, was in WCW.
Yes.
And man, he was technical before I really understood what technical
hmm
was. I hated his smug face, the whole lifting his nose up and thinking he's the shit and all that. But at the end of the day, he was. He was
Yeah.
very technical. He sold it. He made other people look good. He looked good
Yes.
in the ring. Was great when he went to WWE. He played a major role.
He
I think he was even helping train people too.
he was a trainer in next. He trained a lot of the stars that's out now. I don't think people really y'all will literally have to go and see everything this man has done. Like he's funny when he was the general manager.
Yeah.
People forget that. Uh, a wrestling technician. He will wrestle you out of the arena. Like literally, it's not too many people that can hang with William Regal.
Yeah. And he could talk.
And he can talk exactly,
Yeah.
and he can talk. He had everything. He wasn't a heavyweight champion, but he didn't need to be.
No, he like his regal presence, right?
Yeah,
Was just like, dude, I know I can whoop your ass. I
yeah.
don't need to prove it. I know it.
I
He was dope. I really hope to see him in the Hall of Fame.
hope so too. Yes,
Next person shocked me when I first heard about it. You even told me Dean Malenko is not in the Hall of Fame. What is going on, man?
the man of a thousand moves. Yes, I love Dean Malenko in WCW, ECW, and WWE. Um, he didn't get to work a lot in WWE. Excuse me. He didn't get to work a lot there, but the stuff he did in WCW was freaking amazing. Like this dude is when they say the man of a thousand hoes, he literally has that many. Like he a wrestling technician.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite moves, the clover leaf, he was the first
Yep.
one I ever seen do it. So I was like,
He's good. He doesn't look it,
no,
but from first impression, you're like, this short guy, what is he gonna do?
you're right, yeah,
Man, he will wrestle laps around you.
yes,
He's like a shorter version of William Regal, and he's so fast, bro.
yes, yes,
So when you're fast and you're technical and you don't hurt your opponent, bro, that speaks volumes.
it
That
does.
speaks volumes.
He's
So
also a
yeah,
trainer.
he's also what now?
He's a trainer in WWE. He's a trainer. Yeah, he's one of the trainers there.
Yeah, they definitely need to add some light to him, add some
Yeah,
shine to him. He deserves it to go along with the Dean Malenko. And this is going to be very controversial, but I believe Chris Benoit needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
absolutely not.
Oh, come on, man.
No,
Chris Benoit, the
you can't
crippler.
kill people and then be like, yeah, you get rewarded for it. No, yeah,
Yeah. But he did that in his personal life. We talking about just wrestling. Just wrestling. When it comes to brass tacks, this
yeah,
man was a beast.
if we're talking about just wrestling, then yes, he would definitely be one of the top guys in the Hall of Fame. But we can't just talk about wrestling because he did something to a wrestler and his son.
Okay, but then is Jimmy Superfly Snuka in the Hall of Fame?
He is
He killed somebody.
allegedly.
Is what's his name? What's the guy everybody feared? You know what I'm talking about?
Undertaker.
No. Like in real life, they feared him. They didn't mess with
Oh,
him.
Haku?
Haku killed somebody.
He didn't kill nobody. He just beat everybody's ass. And he's now in the Hall of Fame.
Oh damn. Okay, I ate my words.
Yeah.
Okay, I get why he shouldn't be in there, but for the same reasons, I think he should, man. Like it's so sad how it ended. I mean, if that didn't have happened, he had such a legacy.
Yes.
You know, he was great. He was great.
He
He
was
was. It just ended bad. But my personal opinion, I think he should be in there. But I get and respect why he's not.
he could never be in there. Like how would you even announce that? Oh, yeah, so we're gonna put I don't freaking know Sting and yeah, next we're gonna put Chris Benoit. Everybody gonna be looking like who? Are y'all freaking kidding me? Yeah, no, it's never gonna work. Like people are not gonna accept that you literally killed your son.
Mm,
You killed woman. People know who woman is. She you
okay.
did that. You can't be there. I'm sorry. If it was just wrestling, yes, Chris Benoit would 100% deserve to be in there. But you can't. Some things you just can't separate.
I feel you. I mean, I get it. I get it. I don't have to like it, but I get it.
Especially when you putting
Speak.
wrestling hoes on your son, and like it
Okay.
don't work.
Okay. Shit. Speaking of woman, what
Yes,
about woman, Miss Elizabeth, Sable, Terry Reynolds? None of those are in the Hall of Fame.
none are in the Hall of Fame, and I have no idea why.
I think out of all of them, um, Terry Reynolds has the most TV time, has the most work,
Yeah,
but Miss Elizabeth has that status. She's like, if you guys don't know, Miss Elizabeth to wrestling is like Princess Peach to Mario, to Super
yeah,
Mario. You know what
right.
I mean? Like she was like, bro, she was bigger in my eyes. She was bigger than Princess Diana when she was around.
Elizabeth was that manager that really didn't say much, but her presence was always felt. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she just stood out. She was first of all, she was gorgeous. Like everybody looked at her and was like, "Damn." But she
Mm-hmm.
didn't really talk. She didn't talk much at all.
Well, Macho Man wouldn't let her talk. You see how Macho used to treat her?
That's beside the point. Oh,
Macho Man would be like, "Do you think I can beat him?" Well, what do you mean? What you mean, well, woman? Me and Gene don't talk to her. Oh yeah.
he literally hated people talking to her like for real. Oh, but yeah, she definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And with a person like that's not in the Hall of Fame, it probably has something to do with their family.
What you mean? Like the family won't accept it?
Right.
Wow. But
That would
that's like a prestigious thing. Like why wouldn't the family
it,
accept it?
sometimes it comes with different things. Like certain things might have happened that we don't know about with that, and so a lot of times, if a person's not in there and they're no longer here, their family rejects the Hall of Fame
Okay.
because of things that have happened in that company or you know outside the company that they feel like that company should have had more control over.
Are you saying maybe something like lawsuits we might not know about, or maybe royalties not paid and things like
Yep,
that?
things like
Okay.
that. Yeah,
I feel you. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it is a business, right? If they're going to
yeah,
put somebody up at the Hall of Fame, they're going to roll out some sort of a merch and make money off
exactly.
of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that. I ain't gotta like it, but I can see that.
Yeah, I don't like Miss Elizabeth not being in there. I think she should have been one of the first people there.
Yeah, I mean, when somebody says the women of wrestling, the first two names that come to mind is Miss Elizabeth and Sensational Sherry. It's just the
Oh
first
yeah, yeah.
automatically pops out. So moving on,
Mm-hmm.
bro, Taz. Taz
Taz,
in ECW was a beast.
yes,
Taz's first month in WWE, he was a beast.
the
And
monster.
then I don't know what happened. They threw him in the announcer table or something. Like,
I think he
you're gonna
hurt.
commentate.
I think he got hurt. And they didn't
But he
want.
got hurt, but then he's training people in the camp. He's in the ring training them. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but
think that's bull.
Taz is one of those wrestlers that his image is what made him. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying? Like he had that badass thug image to him. Like he was from Brooklyn. He was tough. He was short, but he can do so many things of being his size. And in ECW, it works. Unfortunately, in WWE, it does not work as well because you got Taz and you got The Undertaker. Well, Undertaker's not going to lose to a Taz. Like it's just not going to happen. A Triple H is not going to lose to a Taz. Like WWE hates making a homegrown, I guess you could say, they homegrown lose to outside talent. They don't like it.
Which I think is bullshit because if you're acquiring Taz, right?
Yep.
Then I'm sorry, he's not outside talent. And you need to they needed to cross over and do that cruiserweight division like WCW had.
Mm-hmm.
You
But
know?
Taz would be considered a cruiserweight because of his weight. Unfortunately, like his height, yes, but his weight, he wouldn't
Okay.
be considered a cruiserweight. Yeah.
Well, then Taz would be a perfect fit for the US champion, right? The
Right.
Intercontinental champion.
Yep.
But I really think, honestly, WWE dropped the ball when it
Oh
came
yeah,
to
they
the
screwed up.
Continental title and the US title. It don't really mean anything. It doesn't hold that weight anymore.
No, no, not at all. And I agree with you. I think Taz would have been perfect for something like that because that's pretty much where his status would have been in WWE. I couldn't see him holding a heavyweight title just because of the people that was there at the time. But giving him a US title or intercontinental title at that time, he could have did it. Plus, you had him beat Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was hot back
Yeah.
then. You know what I'm saying? So to have him do that and then it really not mean nothing in the long run is kind of stupid.
Yeah. And even especially he was in the era when they had the hardcore title,
Yeah, yeah,
right? I mean, come on, dude, that's Taz 100%.
yeah, it is.
Um, whatever happened to remember the TV title? What happened to that?
The TV title was WCW.
They should have brought that. That would have been amazing. Have a
That
TV
should have, yeah.
title where you have a wrestler that fights every week, defends that title.
I agree. I think that TV title should have been included once you purchase WCW. A lot of things from WCW should have came. They should have included with their advertisement of WCW. They didn't really do that as much as they should have. They kind of dropped the ball with the whole WCW thing.
They're hating, man. They're hating. You own it.
Yeah,
You own it. Use it. You're hating.
exactly, exactly.
It's dumb. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Demolition. Come on. It's like LOD's cousins. Like, why aren't they in there?
So the reason they're not in the Hall of Fame is because of what we were talking about earlier. They have a lawsuit. They had a lawsuit against WWE. So they will probably. I know with Vince, they wouldn't have been in there. Maybe with Triple H and them, they might can work something out. But as of right now, it's because of the lawsuit that they had against WWE that they're not in the Hall of Fame.
Okay. Okay. Now, the next one is going to be some controversy as well.
Okay.
We're talking about the amazing,
Hmm?
the talented, the versatile,
Hmm.
Lex Luger, your favorite.
First of all, fuck him. Uh, None of those things you just mentioned was him at
The
all. But
narcissist, Lex Luger. Like,
yeah, he
come on.
wasn't versatile at all. He did the same moves no matter where he went.
He was so robotic, bro. It wasn't even funny. Dude.
He did like 3 moves. The other,
And one was a clothesline. Like, what the
right,
fuck?
and one was clothesline.
Yeah. A lot of hype.
Luger,
He just had an amazing build. It was just a lot of hype.
it was like his time in WCW, I guess, was well spent. They pretty much pampered him, I guess you can say. Um, Sting was his boy, so he got over like that as well. Me personally, I would never put him in the Hall of Fame, uh, just for the simple fact of the whole ordeal with Miss Elizabeth. So, no, fuck you.
Okay.
Uh, so no, I don't think he deserves to be in there. I don't think he did anything worthy to be in the Hall of Fame. And for the whole incidents, all the stuff with Miss Elizabeth, no, screw you. Go fuck yourself. I don't think he should be in the Hall of Fame. That's just my personal opinion. I'm pretty sure some people disagree. I don't care.
It's weird because he had his moments, right? He had some highlights. He had the NWO was a highlight for him.
He wasn't in the NWO.
He was in the NWO. I remember
Oh,
seeing him in the black and white shirt.
he was in that stupid Wolf Pack. And
So he was in NWO adjacent. He had the big thing, the what was it? I think it was labeled he was labeled Coming to America or Running America or something.
Express.
Him and Yokozuna.
It was the Lex Express.
The Lex Express. There we go.
Yeah.
Where he body slammed Yokozuna. He didn't body slam him. To body slam, you need to go over. He like picked him up and dropped his ass. Like it wasn't a legit body slam.
Yeah.
He had that. Then he had his one part where he came out and was introduced as the narcissist Lex Luger.
Right.
And I think his biggest accomplishment there was, you remember Ludwig Borga?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was the one to break his streak, which Ludwig was amazing, but he broke his streak and we never heard of him again. But I don't know. He never really had a run. He had a lot of hype, but he never run.
In WWE, he did not have a run. In WCW, he had run-ins with Sting and
yeah, he held the belt a lot in WCW.
Yeah, he held a few belts in WCW. He didn't win anything in WWE. Like he won the Royal Rumble partially with Bret Hart at one time, and then
yeah.
He lost the match at WrestleMania to Yokozuna. So no, you don't deserve it. My vote, you don't. I don't care.
Lost the match. He got robbed. Hogan came in and took that.
That was Bret Hart.
That was Bret Hart and Yokozuna? Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay, moving on. The big man. The big show. Bro, I remember when he was in WCW. Oh my gosh. This guy's a beast.
Yep.
I think, this is my theory. I don't know if this is true, but this is what I think.
Okay.
When he went to WWE, and they changed his name from the Giant to the Big Show, I think it was like an innuendo, like a diss to WCW. Because WCW at that time, they had their show on TBS.
Yeah.
Right? Where if you break down the Big Show, that's TBS. So I think it was their way of like, sticking it to him. And they kind of clowned him at first.
Yeah.
So then he started gaining his own momentum. He bulked up. He became a freaking animal. And sad to say, I think I seen a clip recently, and he ain't looking too good, and he's still fighting. He's fighting independently, and it's not looking good.
He was with AEW. I don't know if he's still there, but that's where he was at. So the thing with the Big Show, he had to learn how to be a giant in wrestling because he didn't really know how. And I think again that's how WCW kind of fumbled him, whereas in WWE took time to kind of grow him more. You know,
Right.
they took their time with him. Yeah, I think Big Show has done enough, way more than enough, in this industry to be in the Hall of Fame, and I think eventually he will. It's just when he left, once you leave, it's kind of like type thing. They feel a certain way, so it's gonna take a minute, but I think eventually he'll be in the Hall of Fame.
Man, it's starting to sound very high schoolish, man.
It is very high schoolish.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
People are
Talking
petty.
about, speaking of big man,
Yeah.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, the Beast from the East.
Man, I think the only reason he's probably not in there is it was just short lived. He died way too soon.
He died young, yes, but I mean, he's done some amazing things. Like, people got to remember, he wasn't only in WWE; he was also in ECW and WCW. He's won championships in all of them.
Yeah.
So I think that he's somebody that should be in the Hall of Fame. He was one of the most agile big men when he first came. I don't think they did enough with him, honestly, because it was so much they could have did with Bam Bam. It really was, but he had nice runs though.
Yeah.
He had really nice runs with in ECW. He won the heavyweight title. Uh, WCW, I think I do believe he won like the television title, one of those belts. Um, I do believe he was a tag team champion.
I think he won King of the Ring, or he played a big part in King of the Ring at first.
Right. I don't think he won the King of the Ring, but I think he played a big part in you know one of those matches or whatever. And he had the WrestleMania match with Lawrence Taylor. I remember that.
Yep.
The
Yep.
enemy. So he's done enough. Plus, personally, he rescued some kids out of a burning building. Like I think he deserves to be there.
I feel that. I feel that. I like Bam Bam. I've always liked him. He's always the heel, but I've always liked him.
Yeah,
He had a beef with Bret Hart, which I was a big Bret Hart fan, but I liked it. I liked the beef. I like he played a part with The Undertaker versus Yokozuna,
yeah,
where
yeah.
they
He was one.
closed the casket and he dives all over it. That was dope. Love that. So yeah, Bam Bam, he should definitely be in there.
Definitely be in there.
Next person we got, Gold Dust. Now, Gold Dust, I mean, the first thing you think of is this flamboyant gay character, right?
Yeah,
But if you actually watch his stuff, it's great acting,
yeah.
man. He can fight,
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
and he sells it. He plays into it, bro. I remember when we saw him versus Roddy Piper, and he got into the Bronco, and they played the OJ film.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? That thing was hilarious, man. It was so good. The whole like
Yeah.
Gold Dust played with it, and then he had what was the manager name? I mentioned her earlier.
Terry Reynolds.
Terry Reynolds was by his side. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great. He has his brother Cody Rhodes was by his
Yes.
side at one point. But yeah, he should be in the Hall of Fame. And he's pretty much, I think, when I see R-Truth, I see a
Yeah.
lot of Goldust as far as the acting and the
The funny.
weird
Yeah.
comments, the funny stuff. Yeah, yeah. He's dope, man. I like him. I like Goldust.
Yeah. Goldust will be in there. I mean, he's with AEW right now. Um, so eventually, when his contract's up, he will go back and do a Hall of Fame contract with WWE, and they'll put him in there because in the in wrestling, he's done a lot. Like before he was Goldust, he was in WCW. He did great there, and
Yeah,
then when he finally came to WWE, they put, they put him as Goldust. But he exceeded what their expectation was with Goldust. Like he made that his character.
absolutely.
So I do believe that he will be in the Hall of Fame, definitely.
Absolutely. I agree. Now, the next guy's not even a wrestler, but I think he should be in the Hall of Fame.